Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Go ahead and pause your busy day for just a second. Drop that endless to-do list, step away from that soul-crushing metrics black hole you have felt trapped in, and prepare your mind for an immediate psychological reset. Seriously, right now. Today, we explore a paradoxical sequence that literally transforms chaos into profound clarity. We plan to unpack some fascinating new research from 2026, ancient contemplative practices, and real clinical data on human belief. And by the end of this explainer, you will possess a concrete micro-action that you can test immediately. Sound good? Let's jump in.
Consider this wild contrast. On one side, you have the tech world. Journalist Kara Swisher notes that Silicon Valley billionaires, think figures like Sam Altman and Larry Ellison, pour massive fortunes into longevity research. They desperately chase immortality. They attempt to hack the human lifespan, treating death like a simple bug in their code that they can just patch out. Now, look across the globe at the citizens of Bhutan. Since 2006, Bhutan consistently reports exceptionally high levels of gross national happiness. Their secret? They actually embrace finality. The Bhutanese practice meditating on death 5 times a day. They do not hide from the end. Instead, they bring it directly to the forefront of their minds. You might recognize the ancient Latin phrase memento mori, which commands us to remember our own mortality. Modern culture relentlessly avoids this concept of finality. We trap ourselves on a hedonistic treadmill, chasing endless optimization and infinite tasks, expecting that next big accomplishment to finally bring us peace. Yet avoiding our mortality just leaves us feeling empty. As research from the University of Pennsylvania highlights, reflecting on death can actually act as jumper cables for the human spirit. This reflection reinvigorates our lives with real urgency, intense priority, and genuine meaning. So, a unique challenge presents itself right now. I invite you to run a brief experiment with me right here. Take a deep breath. For exactly 5 seconds, vividly imagine your final moment. Fully acknowledge that your time possesses a strict limit. Prepare yourself. Begin. Notice what just happened in your body. Notice that sudden shift in your perspective. You just activated an incredibly powerful psychological mechanism. Psychologists call that exact shift mortality salience. By briefly reflecting on death, you trigger a cognitive glitch. Instead of causing despair, this brief exposure paradoxically diminishes your daily superficial anxieties. It quite literally forces your brain to seek immediate, authentic meaning. When you recognize your vulnerability, you drop the exhausting pretense of perfection. Suddenly, you care much less about a rude email or a delayed commute, and you care so much more about your core values and actual human connections. Studies integrating Bhutanese counseling models with modern research reveal a fascinating pattern here. Acknowledging our finality totally interrupts the meaningless modern grind. It replaces everyday anxiety with a sudden burst of tragic optimism. You recognize the profound fragility of life, and in doing so, you unlock a massive appreciation for the present moment. This process shifts your mental framework from, I have endless time to worry, to, my time holds immense value right now. So, a crucial question emerges. How does this actually work? Does this sudden calm happen through some hidden magic, or does it happen through your own conscious belief? Influencers constantly peddle subliminal affirmations or wildly expensive biohacks, promising to secretly rewire your brain. Well, we need to question the actual mechanism behind these mental health hacks. We must shift our focus completely away from subliminal tricks and look directly at conscious human psychology. Get this, recent clinical data focusing on subliminal messaging and the placebo paradox reveals something truly incredible. Hidden audio messages provided 0 clinical reduction in anxiety beyond a standard control group. None. The therapeutic benefit came entirely from conscious expectancy. Participants who genuinely believed the process worked experienced significant improvements, regardless of the audio they actually heard. Your brain does not need hidden messages. Your active faith in the intervention creates the measurable result. Let that sink in for a second. Your conscious belief in the process produces the result. We desperately need to frame the placebo effect differently. It operates not as a trick that fools you, but as a transparent, powerful tool that you can actively wield to improve your own mental state. When you understand that your own expectation drives the healing, you take back control. You literally become a co-conspirator in your own well-being. Knowing this, why do so many of us struggle to maintain mental health routines? Well, several clear pitfalls derail our efforts. Many people fail at wellness habits because they demand absolute perfection. They think they need hours of free time, expensive equipment, or elaborate retreats. Alternatively, they focus on endless, unstructured venting, which simply replays the trauma without actually resolving it. These approaches completely drain our energy and set us up for failure. Instead of demanding perfection, you can easily adopt a concrete, actionable solution highlighted in a 2026 Inner Peace clinical study. This explicit, repeatable ritual demands only 3 honest sentences. Step 1. Write how you actually feel, completely without judgment. Step 2. Write why this matters, explicitly connecting the emotion to your deep values. Step 3. Write one realistic, tiny next step. This brief intervention acts as a cognitive reappraisal. You actively process the emotion rather than just vent about it. That specific 3-step process helps you sift through mental clutter. You take chaotic, overwhelming emotional reactions and pass them through a structured framework. This active sifting transforms chaos into narrative clarity. It takes the abstract anxiety floating around in your head and pins it down firmly onto paper. The practice immediately makes your overwhelming feelings manageable and, more importantly, highly actionable. Think about it this way. Mindless venting exhausts you. It operates exactly like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but gets you absolutely nowhere. Cognitive reappraisal, however, brings profound relief. By asking, why does this matter, and what can I do next, you reauthor your experience. You shift from a passive victim of your emotions to an active editor of your own life story. You absolutely do not need a total life overhaul to find peace. Small, intentional interventions create massive shifts. A consistent, minute-long intervention, like writing 3 honest sentences or taking just 5 seconds to reflect on your mortality, fundamentally changes how your brain processes stress. Remember, consistency always beats perfection. So, I leave you with this challenge. Will you take 5 minutes today to run this experiment? Turn your phone off. Acknowledge your mortality for just a moment to reset your priorities. Then, grab a pen and write your 3 honest sentences. Let your own experience validate the message. Remember, our time remains finite and incredibly precious. How will you choose to spend your next hour?